The BolderBoulder, honoring men and women who serve our country, military service members like Jim Chandler and Pete Steinhauer. 7 News anchor Anna Cabrera introduces us to these two men who saved countless lives as young surgeons during the Vietnam War.
It was something I'd never experienced.
He was also my dentist.
Yeah, I took his wisdom teeth out when we were there. Huh?
Two old friends reflecting on life nearly 47 years ago.
Kind of like the MASH program, you know. Which
but without nurses.
Yes, exactly, without nurses.
Their smiles and laughter today make the difficult memories easier to handle.
We generally don't talk about it unless somebody asks us.
Jim Chandler and Pete Steinhauer, two surgeons stationed at Charlie Met, a frontline field hospital in Da Nang during the Vietnam War.
It was a war-torn country, and there were mines. These wounds are not like what you see in civilian life.
We've seen stuff that never want to see again.
We might go for a day and a half or 2 days with hardly any rest.
They spent over a year treating too many patients to count. But one man's story caught the world's attention.
When you catch a grenade in your throat, that's all the war you need.
The man lying here is 19-year-old Ray Escalera, featured on the Bob Hope Vietnam special. Jim and Pete saved Ray's life.
This was the 22nd of December when this happened. We had mass casualties. It was raining and just awful.
2 Marine patrols were swapping out. The relieving party was mistaken for the enemy. Ray was hit in the neck by a rifle grenade.
About that big around, and has a vicious scored copper shell that's designed to break into a zillion square fragments. And so when it crashed into this guy's jaw and the jugular vein in his neck, it didn't go off.
You know, Jim did a tracheostomy on him because he is having a hell of a time breathing.
Adding to the drama, they realized the grenade was still live.
I carried it in my left hand because I figured if it blew off my left hand, I could still operate with a hook. Meantime, Pete was there and was holding the fort with a towel over this guy's hole in his jugular vein. And while we were figuring all these things, all of a sudden we were on the roof of a Quonset hut. And those were fragments from that grenade.
We did this on one night, and that picture was taken the next morning.
The story of their courage instantly made news headlines back at home, something these two humble heroes kind of just brush off.
We were just doing our job.
There are just gazillions of older and middle-aged Marines that are alive today because of him. Really, it's the truth. And he won't say that, but I will.
It's the reason we recognize Pete and Jim on this Memorial Day, along with their military family as a whole.
And we're just kind of old doctors.
Yeah,
so,
that's
but
right.
it's an honor. It's an honor. It really is.
With photojournalist Jenny Castor, Anna Cabrera, 7 News.
It's really our honor. Now, both men have kept in contact with Ray, and they have both found peace with Vietnam. In fact, Pete has been back 24 times, oftentimes with his family, to volunteer. So amazing men, and happy that we were able to share their stories today.
Wow.